What's going on, guys? So you guys have been asking about me to do a binder walkthrough video. I've done one of these a while back, but I guess it's long overdue. Now, I will say, before we go ahead and get into this, because we have a lot of binders to go over, both vintage and modern, before I get into this, I would like to say that I had a massive box, acrylic box, that you guys saw at the Collecticon video when I traded it for the Crystal Charizard, which I ended up selling, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, one of my biggest mistakes that I regret is, before you're going to go to a convention, it might be a good idea for you to look through all those extra cards you have and make sure that there aren't some easy, clean swaps where you can swap some of the cards you're about to get rid of with some of the cards in your binder. Needless to say, the Sunshine Miami cards, I can't remember exactly what the name was, but I gave them a lot of very nice condition cards, and basically all of my more played cards are in my binders, so that's one of my regrets. But let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so starting out, we're going to start with base set. Now, base set, I didn't do the worst job on conditions, and we're going to see the backs of the cards, and you guys will be able to see the backs of the cards and what the conditions are like for the rest of these. Now, I have the camera raised a couple feet higher than the table, so it might be a little wobbly. I'm going to try and mitigate as much of that as possible by being fairly slow. But here we've got our first set of base set. It's in pretty good condition. I do some of the cards that might not be in my modern binders, I might have in slabs. But eventually I would like to get even all the raw copies filled out for my modern stuff. But also I want to say that this is special because this is what got me all back into it, is really base set unlimited. And we will be opening, let me grab some just for reference, but we will be opening base set unlimited packs at 5,000 subscribers. We will be opening base set unlimited. See if I can fit this back in here. Don't have a lot of space on my shelves anymore. But at 5,000 subscribers, we will open one base set heavy pack from the 8 packs that I have left after selling everything at Collecticon that was vintage sealed. Okay, so if we move over on this side, you guys might be able to tell just against the black back surface, you know, there's some whitening on these cards. It's not the best. We've got some whitening here, some whitening on the edges. So it's I've grown as a collector since then. This Venusaur is a perfect example of the type of cards I was collecting when I first got back into it. I'm going to take him out just so you guys can see a little bit closer. So you can see the silvering on this Venusaur. I really was not picky going after cards, right? I was going after played, you know, damaged cards, and I've swapped a lot of them out since then, but some of these have stayed in here since I got back into collecting. Beautiful hollow pattern on this card too, but as you guys can see, it's not the cleanest. We've got some whitening down here. We've got some whitening on the sides, but yeah, there are some cards, like I had Blastoise and Venusaur. I had both of those in such nicer copies, and I could have swapped them out before I traded them. There was a mint condition Raichu that I should have traded out before I went to Collecticon. So there's a lot of stuff I wish I would have done differently. But yeah, here's base set. Nothing too crazy here. I will say I did find a lot of very minty bulk. So all the bulk that's in here is super minty. I do think that it matters, the condition of the bulk that you're getting. Going into it, I was buying a lot of cheap collections, but I was luckily able to, when I built this base set, I built it on a really, really clean collection of pack fresh base set cards that were just stacked up in someone's bin. So it was very nice putting this together because all of my other cards are mint. I just need to swap out the hollows. Then we get into Jungle right here. So these are mostly vintage sets. And man, Jungle is, some of my Jungle cards are rough. Now, these aren't worth too much, so it's not much to worry about. But take Flareon, for example. I had let's see if I can get him out. I had a mint condition Flareon when I traded them all. When I traded them all off for the Crystal Charizard at Collecticon, I had a mint condition Flareon, and this is a perfect example. You can see the hollow scuffing on this card. you know, I had such nicer cards I should have swapped out. But again, this is my binder. The cards that I traded off, they might not have been interested if they were more in this condition. So I think at the end of the day, I did what I could, and I made the right decision just bindering my more played cards. But that's something I could have done. Like you can see a gnarly, see if we could focus in on that. There's a gnarly little piece chipped off right here. But again, these are just unlimited cards. I think eventually I'm going to go after first edition. I will say I do have, if I grab my, oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry guys. It's going to take a while to get through this video, but I did want to point out that even though I don't have a whole lot of first edition cards in here, because these are all unlimited sets, I do have a little stockpile of my first editions from other collections that we have in here. Here's a first edition Vaporeon. Makes me feel better about the lesser condition unlimited versions. Really love this Rocket Zapdos. It's one of my favorites. We got Dark Golbat here. This card is sick. Mr. Mime. We've got a couple more. So we've got a Neogenesis Blossom first edition. That one's really stunning. First edition Houndoom. This one I did buy. That was not a collection pickup. First edition Ampharos. That was a collection pickup. And mind you, these, I don't see these deals anymore. I think that was the end of the days. That's a scratch on the actual slab case thing. But you don't find deals on collections like that too often anymore. It's one of my favorites in Fossil. First edition Raichu, Aerodactyl, first edition Ditto. This isn't my binder, but it's definitely a part of my collection. I don't know why Muck didn't get the encasing treatment. I was just like, you know what, Muck, you don't deserve. Oh, and then we are going to see some of these in here. Obviously, I have a better conditioned Charizard in the slab. Here's a Blaine's Charizard in here. A Power Keepers Charizard, because you're not going to see that when we go over Power Keepers. And then a Topps Charizard that came back as a 9, unfortunately. Wish that was a 10. Okay, all right, Ryan, stop talking. I also want to point out the fact that I still have almost a complete first edition base set collection. They're just in mid-level grades, so eventually I want to swap all those out for 9s. Okay, but continuing forward. Ooh, this pincer is actually special. So for those of you that have been on the channel for a while, this pincer, you remember me opening a heavy jungle pack. This pincer is a pack fresh pincer. So that was pretty cool to be able to put that in my collection binder. Pack fresh pincer. It is mint. So pretty cool to be able to have had that experience to open up a jungle pack and pull this super minty pincer. This thing is clean. All right. And you're probably going to hear some noise in the background. Someone is taking a shower right now, but okay, keep moving. Snorlax is probably one of my favorites. I really wish I had Snorlax in a first edition. Ooh, and this Snorlax actually needs a sleeve. So let's go ahead. So this Snorlax is a perfect example of the type of cards that I got roped into buying. So I think this Snorlax was like $3 to $4. But you can see it's super scratched up. Like this is like PSA 1. Like honestly, it could be PSA 1, maybe PSA 3 or 2. Probably wouldn't give it a 1, but it's got a fold right here. It's got an indentation through the middle. It's pretty bad, and it's still beautiful. But now like I can appreciate cards like this a little bit more because I'm like, you know what? These cards have character. They were loved. They were played with. And at the end of the day, when I was collecting these sets starting back out, I knew I didn't want to spend too much money. And I think I accomplished, not doing that, not getting too out of hand as far as collecting base set unlimited. Y'all know I'm buying cards now that are really expensive, but I wasn't doing that when I first, started collecting. I took it very slow. Nothing, you don't just go straight to the top from nowhere. And then the rest of these are like kind of played. Again, a lot of these were sourced out of super cheap collections, and that was the fun of building all these up, was that, and a lot of the bulk was actually in way better condition than the hollows. So I'm happy about that. You can kind of tell by seeing the bulk as we go over all the bulk filler. And then we got to move forward because I am taking way too long. All right, so we got Fossil right here. We got all my Fossil cards right here. See if I can shine these in different light settings. But we got Fossil right here. The Dragonite is pretty clean. I did have a mint condition Dragonite I should have swapped out. I did have a clean Gengar I should have swapped out. I definitely had some cards that were in way better condition than the ones that are in here. But it is what it is. Right now they're just binder fillers. We can just take a quick look at Gengar, which also doesn't have a sleeve, which also tells you how I was collecting because I didn't care enough to double sleeve these cards. Now the Gengar is actually like, the card itself is pretty clean. Like the hollow is pretty clean. It's a straight card, no bends or creases. It's actually a very nice hollow card. Very pretty. Would love to get that in first edition. That would be cool. That and Dragonite, definitely the favorites from Fossil. All right, we go over on this side. We got our last hollows on this side. All of them are in pretty decent shape. Nothing too crazy bad. And then more of the bulk that fills out our Fossil set. I always like the Slowbro. I mean, honestly, I could focus so much longer on just these sets. I think even though a lot of us have seen them over and over again, like the Psyduck's funny, he's looking at his reflection and he's confused. Like it's, I don't know. They're simple and they're awesome. I like looking over these oldies. They definitely bring back feelings of youth and nostalgia. All right, so Rocket, definitely a fan favorite. Everything in Rocket is in pretty decent shape, actually. The Dark Blastoise is pretty clean. That's a really nice card that I sourced out of a collection. I was really happy to find that. It's super clean. The Dark Dragonite, this also, I believe, came out of a collection. It's got a gnarly swirl at the bottom there. And then we have a Dark Charizard, which I don't see. Oh, yep, there's a swirl by his tail. You guys might not be able to see that. We'll take it out just because it's Charizard. Let's see. I can't even see that well on my own camera. There it is. There's a swirl right there. Can barely see that, but that's pretty. Okay, put that back on in there. Dark Gyarados, that came out of a collection by, dude, I traded away so many cards that came out of collection by. This Dark Machamp, not sure, it looks pretty clean, but yeah, most of these, ooh, there's a gnarly swirl right here. Now, if y'all can see that swirl, really cool. But yeah, it's pretty much, there's Team Rocket, here's the uncommons. Somebody just left a comment yesterday that this is one of their favorite Flareons, and I have to agree, like, absolutely sick. It looks like I'm missing one. Let's see. Who could that be for? Not sure what that non-hollow is, but I am actually missing a non-hollow right there, funny enough. Okay. Moving forward, we've got all of our commons and uncommons. Ooh, we've got a first edition right there. I didn't even notice that first edition until now. Yeah, the Dark Golduck is sick. The Jolteon, that's one of the best Jolteon artworks ever, dude. Oh, it's hard to beat the OGs. It's really hard to beat the OGs. The only caveat here is that they're not first edition, but it's still really cool. Like, I never looked this over, so I appreciate you guys pushing me to make this video because I finally... So this is the Japanese one. I think I actually had the English one, and for whatever reason, I never swapped it out, which was stupid because I had the English version of this card. I don't know. Again, there's so many things I should have done differently before I went to Collecticon. Okay, we're into Gym Challenge now. And the cards are in decent shape. They're in pretty good shape overall. Charizard, Arcanine, Gyarados, and Venusaur are some of my favorites. Giovanni's Nidoking, I would argue that's another favorite. But let me just show you guys real quick. I am ashamed of this, but I should sleeve these as well. All right, so this Giovanni's Machamp is a perfect example. It's a super clean card up at first glance, but then you've got these creases in here. There's a crease right here. There's one over here. There's another little one right here. So it's, you know, I was not collecting to the best of my abilities. And you know what? I think I paid like nothing for these cards. So I'm not going to be too hard on myself because, one, they have some character, and that is an important aspect. But two, I know that my cost on this stuff was not much, and I'm building the bones for my collection. I'm going to open packs up like these and collect these cards down the road. This is a really sad one because I had 3 of these, and they were all in good condition, and I sold and traded all of them away. And now this is the one I kept. Check this out. Boom. You see there's a massive crease right here. Massive crease. So it's funny. I mean, the hollow is great, but then it's just creased. So it's a bummer because definitely thought I had better taste. Let's look at the Erika's Venusaur, check that guy out, see if it's any better. This is going to be a long video today, guys. Oh, this card is so sick. I love this. So it'll be fun to go after these cards in first edition for my personal collection, like maybe as a graded card even, and then maybe even replace some of these down the road. This one doesn't look that bad. It does have a little indentation right up here. You guys can probably see that, but little indentation right there. Definitely scratched surface. It's a beautiful card still, but again, the conditions were not great. When I first started collecting cards again, I was not collecting the cleanest stuff ever. Let's take a look at this Blaine's Charizard. Now this, I would have liked to think that I was pickier with Blaine's Charizard, but oh my god, and it's not even, that can't be right. Is it not? Is that not a sleeve? Okay, yeah, it does have a sleeve. I'm not sure if it was in the sleeve or not. Looking over the Blaine's Charizard, it's not terrible. I'm putting it in lighting so that I can see it better. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not great either. There's a little hairline crease right here. If I put it in the harsh lighting, you guys might be able to spot out things better than me. But overall, still a beautiful card. Again, I have one graded that I'm happy with, but I think I just really wanted to complete these binders. So I have a lot of like subpar hollows that are doing the job until they're replaced. The other thing I want to note is a lot of this stuff I was picking out in the hype, in the boom, when it was probably the worst time to buy things. Oh, I just knocked this a little bit. Now, some of these other ones I did buy from, Misty's Gyarados. That's one. Yeah, and this is not even sleeved. I love this card. I absolutely love this card. This is one of my favorite WotC cards in terms of Gyarados. And yeah, this one's a sad story. This one has a crease right up on this top edge. But yeah, these were super cheap. Not going to beat myself up about it. But it's still a trip on memory lane. Hopefully you guys can still enjoy it. Is this one in a sleeve? Yeah. The Rockets Mewtwo is sick. I do believe that this card is super clean, and it is. Looks like it has a little, looks like it has one little indentation kind of. You guys might not be able to see it, but right here there's just a little bit like someone pushing it down, maybe even me. But and this one has a 6 swirl right there, so that's pretty cool. There's the Rockets Mewtwo. It would be sick to go after these again, all in first edition. Like that's definitely missing something here. It's definitely one of the ultimate goals. Might be Golem, which I definitely have. Okay, so now we start seeing some empty spaces in Gym Challenge. So it looks like I need to get back to trying to complete Gym Challenge. Love these sets though. Gym Challenge, Gym Heroes, awesome. Oh, there's a first edition there. There might be some first editions thrown in here. Yeah, there's a first edition there, first edition there, first edition there. Yeah, I'm missing a decent amount of trainers. Okay, and then we're Gym Heroes. Just from what I can see, it looks like I was a little pickier with Gym Heroes, but Gym Heroes also isn't expensive by any means, so these were not hard cards to find in good condition. The Brock's Rhydon, you can actually get out of Brock's theme deck, which is cool. Erica's Vileplume out of the theme deck. Lieutenant Surge's Magneton out of the theme deck. Misty's Tentacruel out of the theme deck. But yeah, these are in pretty good condition. I think, yeah, that Pharaoh was from a collection. My favorites in here, the Gengar is definitely my favorite. Let's take him out for a second there. I'm worried about looking at this guy. I really want to get Sabrina's Gengar in a really nice grade, first edition. And I really want... This guy was out of a collection. Now, at first glance, it looks like it's a pretty clean card, but there is some kind of indent right here. It's really hard to see. And it's beautiful. I mean, it's got a swirl at the top. Like, it's a gorgeous card, but again, I could have done a lot better being pickier with the cards I was collecting. But okay, I gotta definitely speed up through here. Taking a little too long. We got Rocket Scyther over here. These hollows are all in pretty good condition overall. I wonder if I angled it differently, if that would help. But okay, moving forward. Most of our commons, uncommons in here. Definitely still missing a few. That's okay. I just knew I wanted to have everything organized so that when I did go back in and try and finish things out fully, I would have pretty much the bones and everything that I need. So yeah, that's that. That's all the way up to Gym Heroes. Okay, so I'm gonna place this one. And I did get all of my 151 UPCs in. Okay, I don't even know what these are, but we're gonna try and browse past them. They're smaller. Okay, these, yeah, this won't be chronological, guys, but this is Stormfront. So this is the first page of hollows for Stormfront. These are all pretty clean. I'm much pickier now, so when I was going after these hollows to begin setting up these sets, I was pretty picky. Ooh, there's a swirl on this Ho-Oh. See if we can show that. Yeah, there's a swirl right there. But yeah, these are just the baseline hollows. And then it looks like I had some of the commons and uncommons. Like, I took so much time to try and sort all the bulk that I had and work these sets out. Ooh, there's a level X card. That's my first level X card, was the Dusknoir. Oh, that was cool. I picked that up out of a shop. The Stormfront, Secret Rare, Charmeleon. Let's see if we can get the light on that a little bit better. It's really a beautiful card when you look at it better. I'm going to take this out just for a quick sec, just because I love this card. The Stormfront, oh, and this one has a swirl right there. Stormfront Charizard in general, it's just like, I love the reiteration of these old arts. It just looks phenomenal. So, all right, put that back in. So we got almost the whole first page of the hollows here. This stuff is mid-era stuff, like 2009 to 2000, maybe 8 to 2009. Yeah, 2009, and then you can see it's very barren. I'm missing a bunch of stuff as far as this set goes. Yeah, but again, these are the bones so that when I do want to come back to these sets, I can one by one cross them all off. I can't even believe I started to try and fill these sets out too. We've still got some stuff that we're missing that's earlier than this, but we're going to go over all of it, guys. Again, another first page of hollows. Love this Arcanine. Absolutely love it. I wish I could remember, just based off of the symbol, what set these are from, but I've already forgot. I was very focused trying to go after these cards chronologically when I was completing them. Let's see. Yep, and that's all I got for those 2009 sets. I'm struggling, and I knew that. So that's what I was most embarrassed to show, is the lack of progress I've made on those mid-era sets. We've got this first page here, almost filled out. I don't know why I have the non-hollow here, but this is the first page here, almost filled out. I love how this Swampert looks. I love Swampert, Sceptile, Blaziken. They're all OGs. And then let's see, it looks like, nope, I don't have a whole lot from this set. Oh, there we go. We got a couple filling out this binder page. Obviously, I'm also missing all the reverses, which is going to take time. Here we got another page, somewhat filled out. I want to say this is Majestic Dawn, because this Articuno is definitely from Majestic Dawn. So, and it's got a nice little swirl up here. Let's see. Cons, we got a reverse Krogunk there, reverse Stunky. Okay. Here we go. We got this whole page is filled out nicely. This Dragonite is awesome. I believe this is Legends Awakened. I'm not sure on that. So again, I can't remember right off the top of my head. I love this Mewtwo. This Mewtwo is awesome, and the Metagross, very cool. It looks like that's all we got for that, guys. Yep, that's all we got for that. So these are just me making the bones for these sets. Did I already look over these? I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay, so we've looked over those. Put that away. Try and get through this, guys. Okay. We've still got 2 fat binders to look over as well. So this is probably going to be a 50-minute video, but okay. Let's go ahead. All right, so we are starting off here at Legend Maker. We've got this one stamped behind there. So this front page is almost done, not fully complete. I actually do have a Delcatty that popped up from Sapphire Ruby that I didn't even know I had laying around. So hopefully I need this card for my Sapphire Ruby portion, but we'll get there. So yeah, everything is filled out in here. I love these reverse stamped hollows with the gold lettering at the top. Like this Aggron in particular. I just love this card. I think it looks really, really good. And I love Aggron in general. But like with the gold lettering, it just looks phenomenal. I love it. These, right after WotC was still a good time. I was still collecting cards as a kid. I wasn't like really deep into Pokemon. I was really deep into Yu-Gi-Oh! But, oh, there's that Wailord right there. That's sick. Yeah, I have some work to do here, guys. As you can see, I have some work to do here, but it's very cool. I didn't buy these cards, right? Like I did buy them, but they were from collections. So it's really cool to see all these older cards and even some of these stamped reverse cards. To see them a part of this collection is pretty gnarly. Now I have done an overview of everything I've collected, but maybe I wasn't as far progress-wise as I am now. We've got a Walrein EX over here. Flygon EX over here. I didn't even know I had those, to be honest. Flygon's got a nice little swirl going on over here. And then we get into Hold-On Phantoms. I'm lacking in that department, but the cards are pretty clean. These all look very clean. I got a lot of cards out of collections, but I definitely was buying some of these hollows off of eBay back when the mail day videos were like just chocked full of individual cards one after another. That was crazy that I actually tried to like complete sets going one at a time. We've got Raichu, Vileplume, Latias. Pretty sure I got all those out of collections. Then Hold-On Phantoms is looking pretty barren. So it honestly would be kind of fun to open up some heavy Hold-On Phantoms packs. One, to collect cards I need. Here's a really, really nice Pikachu reverse. Oh, and the regular Pikachu is behind him. But yeah, love these reverse stamps. They look awesome. I love Pikachu cards. See if we can get better lighting on that. Oh well, that's about as good as it gets for this Pikachu card. If I can even get it in there. There we go. That's what she said. Okay. Oh, and then we've got a Rayquaza EX hanging out back here. Didn't even know I had him. These were out of collections, these hollow energies. And this is important for you guys to see because they've been doing this for a long time with the hollow energies. So I think it's cool they brought that back with 151. Now these sleeves may be a little hazier. Okay. I just want to make sure everyone can see everything fairly well. I might tilt this from time to time. As you can see, this this page is not filled out well. This is Crystal Guardians here. One of my favorite cards from Crystal Guardians is the Venusaur, the Blastoise, and the Charizard. All of them are phenomenal, especially the reverse Charizard and the reverse Venusaur in reverse. This Ludicolo is a reverse. It's got that gold lettering right there. Yeah, the Manectric is pretty cool. We got a swirl on the Love Disc. That's pretty neato. Not sure how this is going to show on y'all's end because I'm standing to the side of it. But we got a Swampert regular holo up here and just a lot to fill out. We got some reverses from collections. A reverse Aeron. A lot to get through though. Still a lot to get through. Yeah, we're 30 minutes in and we're not even close to being done here. Groudon EX, which I actually have one of these graded as well. This exact card I have graded as well from CGC. So it's funny, I will never let go of these Groudon cards. They're awesome, no matter how bad they are. Big fan of Groudon. Okay, we got some empties, and then we get into Delta Species, Dragon Frontiers Delta Species. These are somewhat filled out. I'm still missing, these two slots here, but for the most part, a lot of these I got in collections. A couple of these, the Ninetales, the Meganium, and I think the Ampharos, I bought those off eBay. We get over here, we've got some more holos over here. That Typhlosion, the Psychic Typhlosion, is really cool. I will say though, I'm not a big fan of the way the holos look in Dragon Frontiers. Let's just take this Typhlosion out, for example, to look at. I'm not a big fan of how these holos look. I just don't think they make the card pop off very much. It really only goes like there's the vertical line of holo that shows horizontally. That's how they all are. And not the biggest fan of that style, but I'm sure it'll grow on me with time. But this card in particular is really cool. The Psychic type Typhlosion. I love this artwork. Like, there are some really, really cheap cards that you can get for such a deal from these eras that are just basic holos that I just love. I think anybody would agree this era was a sweet era for Pokemon that was very neglected. Myself included. I did not collect anything in this era really, except for like theme decks when I was a kid. But I didn't buy a lot of booster packs, which I wish I had that opportunity more, but as an adult, I can afford to buy them now. So this is what we got this guy out of a collection buy. That was pretty cool because this guy's actually worth a pretty penny. That was like a $250 collection buy, and I got so many holos, including Blaine's Charizard, which I now have in that card graded in a 7, and then this Dragonite, which is probably a 7 as well. But this is definitely a sweet card to have hanging out in the back. Okay, so we got Power Keepers right here. Again, we've got some missing slots, 1, 2, 3 holo missing slots right off the bat. Love this Blaziken. Let's see over here. We've got a couple holos here as well. That Raichu is a non-holo. Is the Machamp? Yeah, the Machamp's holo, the Kabutops holo, the Dusclops holo, Mightyana's holo. So we got those, but then we're missing more cards. It's still cool though that this is here whenever I need it. Ooh, we got a reverse. We got a pretty cool reverse Charmander hanging out. Some of these reverses are stunning. Get that in the right light. Oh man, that's awesome. Put that back in there. Okay, keep moving. We got a reverse Torchic over here that's pretty cool. Okay, and we got a bunch of empties in there as well. Okay, and then at the last page, we've got 2 more EXs, a Claydol EX and a Walrein EX. Nothing too special there, though. Okay, now we have Diamond and Pearl base. This is Diamond and Pearl base. So this is the beginning of Diamond Pearl era, which I'm really not a big fan of, but I think I'm warming up to it. In particular, the Diamond and Pearl Charizard is actually really, really cool, and I think it's super underrated, although it has a terrible CGI design. Anyways, yeah, these are all kind of bad CGI. I'd say the Lucario right now is looking better than the rest of these, in my opinion. Let's go over here. I've got... This is a holo, this is a holo, this is a holo, this is a holo, so we're missing some more on the back here. And then I just had what I had to fill it out. You know, I obviously didn't have much. That's a reverse Snorlax right there. The commons and uncommons look cool though from this era. So it's kind of cool just to browse over these again and see them once more. Let's see. What came after that? Not sure, but this, like, honestly, I can't tell you off the top of my head. I should know because I know that this Alakazam, I was super hyped when I got this out of a collection. Right after Diamond and Pearl base. What is this set? I can't remember off the top of my head. Either way, Aggron looks sick, Celebi's sick, the Feraligator's okay with the CGI effect, but this Alakazam is sick. I know y'all agree with me. This Alakazam from this Diamond and Pearl era set is absolutely epic. He looks sick. Then on the back here, we've got some other ones. A lot of these I did pick up off of eBay. I had most of the bulk, but I was picking up the hollows mostly off eBay. Okay. Yeah, I'm missing a lot. I'm missing a lot from these eras. But I'm glad that I've started on the journey. I think people have to see it to believe it, to know that, like, I'm very serious about having every single Pokemon set eventually. I don't know how I'm going to go after it. Even if they're played and damaged, I will try and accomplish that goal eventually. It's going to be tough, but as long as I keep up with the modern sets now, there's only so many sets that I need to collect from before. Love this Blastoise. He looks sick. The Entei looks sick. Let's see. Oh man, this one, Secret Wonders. That's the Charizard that I like from Diamond and Pearl. It's a Secret Wonders Charizard. I only know that because of this very specific swirl icon that's at the bottom here. Yeah, this is Secret Wonders, actually pretty good. Ooh, this Gastrodon has a swirl in it. Also, what I love about Secret Wonders is a lot of the cards have a Hollow Bleed going all the way down the card, and it's very normal for this era. Oh, we got a swirl right there and a beautiful Hollow Bleed effect as well. You guys might not be able to see it well, but you can definitely see there's stuff on the actual card down here popping off. That's the Hollow Bleed effect, and a lot of the cards from this era have that Hollow Bleed effect just like that. This Ampharos, I got this out of a collection. This thing is crazy. Look at that hollow. It's just bonkers. Like, some of the best hollows I've ever seen are from this 2009 era, or maybe just Secret Wonders in general. We got another couple behind here. This Mew is really cool. I'll take him out briefly, even though I'm just probably damaging the cards by trying to get them out to show you guys. Oh my god, and we're still so behind. Look at that guy. Beautiful. Gorgeous. They also all had this, which I thought was an error initially, but it was just a factory flaw with all of them. Oh, we got a nice swirl right here. Love the swirls. Awesome. Yeah, it's definitely one of, like, my top favorite Mew cards. That one's not in the best condition, but we got Venusaur over here, Suicune. Yeah, I had the Secret Wonders Charizard, but I've since sold it. We've got Hollow Magmortar right over here. And then some filler cards. I'm definitely missing a lot from Secret Wonders. There's no confusion about that. Definitely missing a lot of stuff. Okay, so that is the end with Secret Wonders. Okay, so we've gotten through that now. All right, we're 38 minutes in. I think we've got, I mean, I know we have enough time to finish, the vintage. I just don't think we're going to be able to get into modern. So what I might end up doing is I will upload my modern binders probably tomorrow, and just do my vintage binders today, just because, yeah, there's no way we're not going to make it on time. Okay, starting out here, we've got Sapphire Ruby. I do have that Delcatty, so I don't need that extra one. But yeah, this page is filled out, and looking good. A lot of the cards here are in pretty decent condition. I'm missing a couple on this back side, and then I'm missing a bunch of commons, uncommons, stuff like that. But definitely a cool trip down memory lane. I have one EX from Ruby Sapphire, the Chansey EX. Okay. We got EX Sandstorm. I really like EX Sandstorm. Ooh, that Lunatone has a nice little gnarly swirl right there. I love EX Sandstorm. The Flareon in particular looks... Guys! Shut up! The dogs are barking, per usual. The Flareon and the Jolteon are some of my favorites. Those look really, really cool. Really like that Flareon in particular. This Seviper looks really cool. There's the Zangoose behind him. I remember we talked about that one a long time ago. And then we've got the rest of EX Sandstorm. And again, the same old song. We're missing a lot of stuff from this era. Ooh, there's a Kabutops EX chilling right there. Yeah, I've got some random EXs from these era. Alright, so this is EX Dragon, which I actually still need that booster box for my background display. And there was one that I made an offer on eBay, but they want too much for it. Flygon's probably one of my favorites right off the top. This Absol is really, really cool. Crawdaunt, I'm a big fan of Corphish and Crawdaunt. They look cool. This super tough looking Golem. So yeah, that's the first page. We're missing one here. And then on the back here, ooh, I love this Torkoal. Big fan of this Torkoal. Just a Torkoal fan in general. I love Torkoal. He's got a swirl over his head. The Salamence is really, really nice. See if I can show that without taking it out of the sleeve. The hollow doesn't pop off as much as I think the Torkoals will. Don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see if it shows differently. Yeah, you guys should be able to see it right there. But, all right. EX Dragons looking super barren. But I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. I do have the Charmeleon EX Dragon. He's got a swirl right here. This is a really, really nice secret rare. Do have him hanging out. And I guess another... I have so many random, EXs just hanging out. There's Muck EX. This one's tough. I feel like nobody was really working on this set, but Team Aqua, Team Magma, really a fantastic little set, but definitely, I think probably one of my least favorites. I have a lot of work to do here. You can fortunately get a decent chunk of cards from the theme decks themselves, which I do have, but I haven't used those to help fill this out at all. So yeah, this is super barren. Okay, over here we have Legends, Hidden Legends. So we've got not much filled out here, besides this dope Crobat with a nice swirl down here. But otherwise, we don't have a whole lot going on here. We have the Bannet Reverse, Heracross down here, which I love Heracross. On the back, we've got some cards. We've got a Metagross right here, Medicham, Shiftry, Gorbis, Walrein. Those are all regular hollows. And then these are non-hollows, these two down here. And we've got a reverse Metang over here, a reverse Beldum. We've got some nice little reverses. Nuzleaf right here. Some more reverses on this side. Okay, keep it moving, keep it moving. Some reverses on this back side. Yeah, these would definitely be fun to open up packs for. And then we have the Groudon Secret Rare, which I have that graded in a 9 as well, but I really like this Groudon, so this is one of my favorite Groudons of all time. I just love this card. It's just got an awesome hollow. It looks like he's in the middle of a lake, and he's just making a ruckus, and the water's going everywhere, and you can see the trees in the background getting hit with the wind. It's a gnarly looking card. It's an aggressive, gnarly looking card. And yeah, it's love Groudon. Okay. Over here, we got Fire Red, Leaf Green. Some of these are reverses and not even actually the regular hollows. But yeah, I've got this somewhat filled out. Have a long way to go with this portion. Back here, we've got some other hollows, Pidgeot, Rapidash, even though the Rapidash is reversed. The Raichu is a regular hollow. Not sure if it will pop off at all if I tilt it. Let's browse along here. We've got some reverses hanging out. I really like the reverses from this set. The reverses look really cool. They just look like regular hollows to me. It's awesome. Like this Ivysaur. Okay, well, yeah, it seems to help me tilting this a little bit so you guys can see any of the reverses. Okay. Okay, we got another couple reverses on that top row right there. Which reverses are worth money. People will pay good money for these reverses still today. That Squirtle is awesome. Love that one. Okay, oh, this is pretty cool. So this Gengar EX I know is a lot of people's one of their favorite Gengars, and this I just picked up out of a super cheap collection for like $200. And the Gengar was there with many other hollows. I mean, my collection buys have been the best value that I've gotten back out of the hobby. It's just really hard to find stuff like that again, and it's in a really, really good, stunning condition. In fact, we'll take the Gengar out. It's a risk, but we'll take it out and take a look at it because it's cool. Even though, definitely a risk. And it does not want to come out. Oh, man. Wow. This thing is gorgeous. Goodness gracious. Look at this guy. Yeah, so these are the spoils of war right here. This really, I should get this graded and just have it in my my slab collection. But this will be cool in another 5-10 years when I look at the binders again, whatever. And I'm like, wow, this Gengar EX is just chilling in here. Super cool. Put that in there. Beautiful. Okay, and then we get into Team Rocket Returns, which I'm lacking on. I really like Team Rocket Returns too. It's just taking me longer than usual to get these. It's harder to see the hollow on some of these because of the dark backgrounds. But yeah, these are hollows. This is just a non-hollow. I have work to do. I have work to do here, I know, but I wanted to share with you guys anyways. This Dark Dragonite, I picked this guy up out of a collection. We'll take him out. This guy is worth a pretty penny if it's in a high grade. Take a look at him. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Yeah, he's beautiful. It's a really pretty card right there. I'll put that back. Okay, and then we've got some other reverses here as well. I'll just tilt that. Hopefully it helps a little bit. But guys, if you wanted a progress update, I'm giving you a progress update. It's still rough on my end. This is a really nice reverse right here. It's still rough on my end, but it's coming together. We got some other reverses here. That Togepi, the Drowsy. Over here, the Horsey, the Houndour. I just sold one of those. Love this Houndour reverse. That's such an awesome card. This Larvitar is pretty cool down here. More reverses, commons, reverses. Okay. And guys, we got to get through it because we have one whole binder left. And that's, I think, the most exciting binder of all these because it has Skyridge in it. Even though that's not complete either. But EX Deoxys, don't have a whole lot going on here. As you can see, I've got some stuff on the back. But we've got a long way to go with this set. And I know that. But I'm glad that everything is bindered and in order. Ooh, some of the reverses in EX Deoxys, though, are absolutely off the chains. Like this Barboach, absolutely off the chains. It looks so cool. We got the Slackoth. Really cool. I wish they would do reverses like that again. Over here, we've got quite a few at the top. That Spoink is just going off. All right, so we get over here, and we're at EX Emerald. I also need this box for my background display, EX Emerald. Ooh, this Gardevoir has a gnarly swirl right there. The Blaziken is doing a kick that looks awesome. The Exploud is awesome. The Groudon is, the Groudon and the Kyogre are so peak. Like they look so good in this set. So peak. Yeah, so I'm missing one holo there. Then on this back end, these are dope. This Sceptile's sick. Straight ninja. All right, and then we're missing a bunch of stuff. Love this Pikachu. Fantastic. Okay, and then that's the end of EX Emerald. We got our work cut out for us there. And then right here, we have Unseen Forces, which is amazing for this Feraligatr. This Feraligatr is, we're going to take him out because he's just phenomenal. Probably my favorite Unseen Forces card. I mean, it is just phenomenal. It's awesome. See if we can get the holo to pop off a little bit more with him. But yeah, just a super aggressive Feraligatr card. Just love it. Always looks good. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Houndour looks cool. The Flareon looks cool. The Jolteon. I mean, this is an awesome set in general for the holos. This is an awesome set. Tilt this a little bit, see if that helps pop the holos out a little bit for everyone to see everything. Oh, move the camera. Okay. This side, we do not have much over here. We got a reverse Yanma over there. I got some reverses over here. We got a reverse Poliwhirl up here, a reverse Slugma. Got some little fun stuff. Oh, here's a Feraligatr EX. He just popped out of nowhere. So that's pretty cool. He's in there. And then we got all these holo unknowns. So that's pretty neat. Okay, and then we have Delta Species, which is an awesome set. Again, I don't like the style of holo, but it's an awesome set. We've got Crobat, Espeon, and Latias so far. It looks like that's it. Ooh, we also have a Tyranitar. We have this really nice reverse Tyranitar. Reverse Vaporeon right here, which you might not be able to see. Great. I'm going to lift that up for you guys. This Vaporeon's cool. I shouldn't, but I will. We're going to take this Vaporeon out real quick. Even though we're short on time, we're going to take a look at this Vaporeon. Gorgeous. That's a gorgeous card. He's beauty. But I know a lot of you are going to be like, Ryan, why are you using a 3-ring binder? Yada, yada, yada. But it's just how I'm doing things. Okay, guys. We've got a reverse Magneton right here. It's not showing very well. Oh, there it is. And that is the end. We've got some reverses here, like this Bagon, even though it's refusing to show itself. And yeah, a lot of emptiness in Delta Species, but it's cool. It's cool. We have our structure. I think a lot of you guys are going to agree with me too that I've made great progress in terms of organizing all of these older sets in a way that I can complete them down the road if I really want to. But for the most part, organization in general. Okay, this is the big kahuna, guys. This is the big binder. I think it's fitting that it's the last binder because it's in my opinion that my favorite binder. I think I put the most effort into the cards in this binder. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. So we got Neogenesis first, fan favorite. I also respected these sets a lot, so I really wanted to finish them. Gen 2 is an amazing time for Pokemon. All right, so we've got all these guys in here. They're all in really, really good condition because I was very picky. Over here, we've got the rest of the holos over here. It might not be chronological. I probably ordered this first page just how I wanted to order it. Okay, we've got commons. I had a lot of these from collection buys. I had all of the commons and uncommons. So that was really cool because these are all mint. Like all the commons and uncommons, you can even see from looking at the backs of the cards, like they're in really, really clean shape. The colors are very vibrant. So I'm not too worried about not having these fully complete. And a lot of these I did get out of collections, but a lot of them I bought on eBay too. This Houndour has a 6 swirl right there. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to see that. The Espeon, one of my all-time favorites from this Neo generation, especially the Neo Discovery Umbreon, which, as you guys can see, that I don't have the Neo Discovery Umbreon. I really need the Neo Discovery Umbreon. Okay. This Scizor has a nice swirl going on right there. Okay. I think I really did make this though, just because I had all of the uncommons and commons, so I knew I could complete it if I really wanted to. Okay, so over here, this is not chronologically ordered with the set, you know, numbered numerical wise, but this is just how I set it up. Raikou, Entei, and Suicune right here. Legendary dogs all together. That looks cool. I've literally forgotten about these cards, but they're so awesome. We got the backside page. We're missing a couple here. Moving forward. And then we get into the commons, uncommons, which again, from collection purchases, I have all of these. It's really awesome. Like, there was a time where I was buying bulk, and it treated me fairly well. Okay, here, this Light Arcanine I got out of a collection. I want to say a couple of these I got out of the collection, but they're all in pretty decent shape. I wish they were a little bit better condition, but again, it's from my binder. I don't know how picky I'm going to want to get with this stuff, because at the end of the day, I'm not grading them. I'm just looking at them in a binder. Most of them are probably LP, but there are definitely some like near mint cards in here. But yeah, these three are probably my favorite. That's probably why they're right here. Dark Houndoom is a great one too, though. Really like Donphin. If you don't know that about me, you know it now. I love Donphin. I've always loved Donphin. I think he's sick. That's probably one of my weirder, you know, Pokemon that you might not expect that I really, really like. I just think he's tough as heck. Okay, if we get on this side, you can actually get this guy from a theme deck, the Neo Destiny Dark theme deck. Light Dragonite, that guy I got out of a collection, so he's kind of rough. I don't even know if it's going to show the holo. It's not the cleanest surface, but I'm trying to get it to show the holo on there. Everybody, and I'm going to tell you right now, everyone who shows their binder collection, it's going to look a lot cleaner than it actually is. The reality is that when you're looking at cards in a binder, that's why you don't really need to have the best condition cards, is because they look good. Like, no matter what you do, they usually look really good just because of how they display. And that's my favorite thing, is like looking through these and seeing all the time and effort I put into organizing everything. Not necessarily that I have everything. Guys, shut up. All right. Over here, we have Expedition, which I'm slacking on, but honestly, I was lucky enough to grab these two out of a collection buy. That was off eBay, and it was still a good collection purchase because it had both the Dragonite and the Charizard, and they're both super, super clean. So I'm really happy about that. And they just look really good in my binder. I'm not sure. I don't see. These are also someone's like childhood cards, and I do like a good story when I buy cards, you know, as to where they came from. This Dragonite's probably my favorite card in Expedition, though, hands down. Like, I love Charizard, but I think that this artwork is horrendous. I think this is the worst looking Charizard card there is. Hot take, but that's just how I feel. Alakazam is amazing. Love how the Alakazam looks. Let's see if we can get that holo pop off, but we're low on time here. I got these from a shop not too long ago, so they're actually mint condition. That was pretty cool to be able to find those mint in a shop. And then we're lacking on a lot of cards. This reverse came out of a collection. I don't know if that's going to show at all. There it is. But yeah, that came out of a collection purchase. Pretty much every reverse I have came out of a collection purchase at some point. Like, I didn't buy reverses ever. Love this Gengar. I tried to clean it, and I ended up rubbing off some of the color. So that was a lesson learned on that Gengar. I have that there to remind me. Some cool reverses. Now, the kid that his collection I bought had Expedition, so like that's where like Bayleaf probably came from. This reverse right here that's having a hard time showing. There it is. It's a sick Bayleaf. A lot of reverses here that I got out of that collection. This Dragonair, really cool to look back on this stuff. That Charmander's sick. Yeah, I've literally forgotten these cards, so this is a pretty cool little blast from the past. Okay. Okay, and then we're at the end of the line here for Expedition. So you guys can see I have a lot of work that I need to do for Expedition, but moving forward, we got Aquapolis, and these are the last sets of Wizards of the Coast. These are really important to me. It's fitting that the video is almost over. Guys, we're going to do a modern binder review, and I'll show you all of my modern binders. We'll do that next video because we can't fit all the binders in this video, and I feel like I could give the whole video to just one binder specifically for Skyridge and Aquapolis, but I am a big supporter of Skyridge and Aquapolis. These are my favorite sets, I think, from Wizards of the Coast. I think what I like about them is there's no first edition. So, and they're really not that, they're not that abundant. So they're still very valuable. They're still rarely, fairly low pops, and some of the best cards ever have come from this set. Like Aquapolis with the Arcanine, it's incredible. The Ampharos, it's incredible. This Azumarill, in Aquapolis City, wherever on a boat. I mean, it's literally, some of these artworks are phenomenal. The OGs will know this Entei is sick. Let's see if I can show those hollows a little better. So that's that first page. The Aquapolis and Skyridge, that's the beginning of the crystals, when they started that special set, and that's really, really cool. And that's specifically just for Aquapolis and Skyridge. I'm missing a lot of stuff on this side. Now, this was when I was really just like gung-ho about just buying raw cards. I was not trying to buy graded cards, but here's the problem, is I got lucky on all of these. But, now when I'm looking at Skyridge and Aquapolis cards to make a binder with, I'm worried. I see a lot of cards that, are listed as near mint, that look clean in photos, but the backgrounds are white and it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know. It's just, I've grown wary of buying raw cards these days, especially vintage raw cards. But trust me, with all the stuff I've been buying recently, it's not like I can't afford to complete these binders. I've just been kind of holding them off to try and focus on buying the graded grails that I've been going after. But, this Suicune is a great binder copy example. So this Suicune looks awesome. Like at first glance, it's amazing. It's got a swirl right there. It's got a beautiful hollow pattern. It looks like it's pretty good overall. But then there's little things like right here, there's a little crease. So like this is the perfect kind of binder copy card. I think I paid $12 for the Suicune, maybe $15. And I'm actually really happy for that. It might even be less than that. It might have been like $7 or something. But I remember it was a dirt cheap price because I was like, the card's clearly damaged. Like, you're not going to get a premium on that. But, now when you look at the PSA 1 market and you look at people paying a premium for damaged cards, it's actually kind of interesting. Like, I feel like I could easily get money back on these cards if I wanted them. This Steelix is just phenomenal. It's a phenomenal looking card. I like the Octillery. This Nidoking is great. It's one of my I love Nidoking in general, but this Nidoking is sick. He's aggressive. He's throwing a boulder. Like, dude, it's sick. It's sick. And the fact that you get that hollow and you can get the Crystal Nidoking from this set is really cool. We've got some more hollows on the back, Zapdos and Victory Bell. I wasn't even sure if I had the Zapdos or not, but yeah, I'm missing a good amount of these hollows, and it's okay. I had all the bulk pretty much from other collections. Oh, this Scizor in a hollow. I really need him. Oh, Slowking. I don't think I had the Slowking. I don't think I had the Slowking either. Oh, the Hypno. We should talk about this Hypno. This is the most notable, one of the scariest Pokemon cards of all time. This Hypno right here is creepy. So he's using Dream Eater, and he's actually eating this person's dreams, who is currently passed out right now. It looks like they're working on their desk on something, and he's literally opened up their window, or maybe he crawled on the roof and the window was already open, but I highly doubt it. He opened up this dude's window and then ate his dreams, became his nightmare, like the Freddy Krueger of Pokemon. It's very freaky. So this is a pretty gnarly card. It looks like we've got a swirl going on up top here. But yeah, this is a gnarly card. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we need that Hypno. We need a lot of cards from the set still. I think we had really like the Scizor. That's one of my favorites. Just the steel gray with the red and the blue in the background. That card pops off. Definitely want to get that as a holo. And I've also considered, I've got these in the binder. I'll have the binders, but I think I want to go for Skyridge and Aquapolis and PSA 9, PSA 10. I think that would be a really, really cool collection goal because these are the sets that I admire the most. And you've got to be, in this hobby, one really important thing is just be true to yourself, because at the end of the day, you're stuck with your collection. So collect the things you love. Now, I'm not going to focus too much on these arts, but guys, there are commons and uncommons in here that are awesome looking. I mean, these are beautiful sets. The cards look phenomenal. The hand-drawn artwork is next level. It's awesome. So I have most of Aquapolis finished up. Okay, then we get into Skyridge, which Skyridge is probably my all-time favorite set. All these cards are mint. I was extremely picky when buying cards for Skyridge. And right now, like, this is a card that I would want in a PSA 10. This is a card, this Alakazam is super creepy Alakazam. I'd want him in a PSA 10. Flareon, I'd want him in a PSA 10. Articuno, maybe. That's a really good one. And then, what else? The Skyridge Gengar. The Gengar and the Gyarados, I still don't have those. I really, really need those. But this first page is phenomenal. And believe me, everything on these Skyridge pages is mint. Yeah, but we're missing a lot of stuff here. As you can see, he was not cheap. These are never cheap. Like, these cards just are never cheap if they're mint, which is probably your best way to get them for a decent price. But all right, so over here we have the non-holo rares. I almost have that page filled out. I do have this page filled out. I had this actually from a collection purchase, so that was cool because I didn't even pay for this non-holo version. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I lucked out on a lot of the extra cards for these sets, and that's kind of, that aids my story. Oh, there's one that we really need, the Umbreon. This is one of my favorite cards of Skyridge. It's between the Umbreon, Gyarados, and Gengar, but really probably Umbreon, Flareon, and Gengar. Those are probably my three favorites. And there's an Umbreon and Aquapolis, which I'm sorry, you guys, I don't have either raw Umbreon from Aquapolis or Skyridge. And you'd say, well, why don't you have them already, Ryan? Well, because I really want those to be graded cards, because they are not cheap cards, and I want to be sure about what I'm getting. It's not that I'm scared of the grade that I'm going to get. I want to be sure that I'm getting my money's worth. And even with graded, you can't know that for sure. But so yeah, Skyridge is pretty dang filled out, guys. And just to let you know, I bought these cards one by one. I searched for the best deals for the cleanest cards for Skyridge because I really liked Skyridge. But I've built this collection from the ground up. Aquapolis, I had a lot of the cards for Aquapolis, but I didn't have anything from Skyridge. This is why I think Skyridge is probably one of the rarest sets of all time, because it's extremely hard to find Skyridge cards. Anyways, guys, we're over an hour on this video. I really hoped you guys liked the video. I could, I guess, go ahead and show you guys some of my grails. Most of you guys already know. We'll show these real quick. We've got my Skyridge Charizard, my absolute crown jewel. We've got my Aquapolis Lugia. I feel like I don't need to go through these, but since we're doing a whole binder overview, we'll look at some of my most treasured cards. Crystal Nidoking. The only crystal I'm missing is the Crystal Celebi. It's the only crystal that I'm missing right now. And I highly recommend it. If these are cards you're interested in, go ahead and grab them, because I don't think that they're going to be around forever. Yeah, this Crobat goes so hard. Okay, we'll get Ho-Oh. Got Ho-Oh right there. Now, I didn't have any gold stars in my binders whatsoever. I think probably fair to pull those out. So we'll pull those out. We'll do the last crystals too. These I just don't have on the display. So Kabutops, Kingdra, Golem, and then I'm missing the Celebi. I'm missing that one. These I didn't have raw either, but here they are. Here's the only shinings that I have: Mewtwo, Raichu, Celebi, and Noctowl. They have a really cool texture to them. They look awesome. I really want to go after these in first edition, so that's going to happen at some point. And before we get into modern, we'll deal with that tomorrow probably, but these are my kind of modern grails that I really like. So it's not much, but these I graded myself. I got lucky on these. And then these are a perfect example of where I take my own advice and I bought and traded for PSA 9 modern cards instead of buying PSA 10. So, but I will say these are both probably good buys in PSA 10. I will say that. Okay, and then last but not least, probably my favorite cards now. I haven't even shown you guys all the first edition cards. So I'll be quick about that. I'll probably show Charizard last, but we'll just gold stars right here. We've got my Rayquaza, which has a hollow orb in his mouth. Absolutely stunning card. Absolutely beautiful. It's going to go right there. We've got Pikachu, which is probably next in line in terms of a favorite. Trying to get the hollow to pop off on this Pikachu a little bit better. But yeah, definitely the toughest Pikachu ever. We've got Groudon. This is a sick, undervalued gold star, in my opinion. Kyogre, this one has a gnarly swirl. Trying to show these as best as I can, guys. Latios, which a friend sourced me this. Latias, super clean Latias. Okay, picked this Alakazam gold star from a collection for 60 bucks. So that's kind of a sentimental one, even though it's not the highest grade. Then we've got a Metagross here with a swirl. He's awesome. Flareon, which I just got the other day, that came in. And then a Jolteon with a gnarly swirl between his legs. See if we can get that to pop off. Jolteon is sick. Okay, we got Registeel, which is my favorite of the Reggies. I love Registeel. He's the best value you can get. This guy just sold for $600 on eBay recently, so I wish I would have just picked that one up. Gold Star Gyarados, one of these sold on eBay recently for $3,000, or he sold it privately. I don't know. The seller told me he took it off to sell it, but I should have picked up another one of these. This is mine. Again, I'm not a fan of the hollow style of these. Mine has a little print line, a faint print line right there, but it's still absolutely phenomenal, and a very, very clean copy. And a friend of mine sourced me this one as well. Regice with a gnarly swirl. Regirock. Yeah, and I know this is not binder collection. I think Raikou's my favorite dog of the three. I'd put Suicune last. Raikou and Entei are winners, but Suicune is like meh to me. I love Suicune, but they could have done him better with that artwork. But yeah, guys, that is the whole setup there. That's everything. And yeah, I'll go ahead and put this stuff away. Ooh, one more. This kind of gets everybody up to speed. Even though I know this video is going to take forever. Alright, so I have a full completed first edition. Crap, I hate doing this. I gotta prove myself. Guys, look, I've done it. Okay, here's my first edition slab collection. I have the whole first edition base set completed. But I am trying to sell my hollows right now. So those are on eBay, and I'm trying to go after them in a PSA 9. But here's the Zard. Here's the good old Zard. This used to be the Grail card of the channel. But I'm definitely going to go after a higher grade for him, even though this is a very strong 5. Here's my Raichu, which is a pretty strong 7. Nidoking, really strong 6. Zapdos. A lot of these are thick stamps too. But you can see they're like mid-grade cards, 5, 6, 7s. But these are the ones that I have left. And ultimately, my goal here is to sell all of these and then go after them all again in a PSA 9 condition. That is the plan. And then this is probably my favorite non-hollow that I have of first editions. I just really love Pikachu and Red Cheeks first edition. PSA 8. Nothing to sneeze at. I wish it was a 9 or a 10, but it's still absolutely beautiful. If we see the back, it's super clean. So, yeah. All right, guys. That's about it for me. Thanks for watching the video. This is everything I've done with my vintage binders, and I guess tomorrow we'll talk about my modern binders, and I'll do a whole video showing all my modern binders, where I'm at with those, how far behind am I, how many things are missing. It's a lot that I'm missing with modern. But anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. I know it was super long. Peace out. Appreciate you guys.